I guess let's start with NHL, where we can discuss last night and then quickly hit the two games that are going on tonight. Jim, in last night's show, in the NHL, let's see, you went 2-3, -1 unit. I went 2-4, -2.5 units. Basically, not a bad day for me, except I decided to get real cute with Tampa Bay. I took them on the puck line -1 and on the first period line -1.5. Both lost -2.5 units there. What happened with our two big plays that we thought were going to win that wound up losing?
You know, it's those goalies, the Lundqvists and the Prices, that are going to be difficult to figure out. They are going to step up at times. And I do expect Price to step up at some point. Lundqvist was absolutely awesome. And there are going to be letdowns. The parity is going to come in the NHL.
Yeah.
We've been really focusing on the advantages that we've found, and those will get less and less as the year goes on.
We might be getting to that part of the season where teams that seem like they have just like no shot or completely outclassed as a big underdog, one way or another find ways to win. You do kind of like start to see that in the NHL. And just like in baseball, I usually start off like first couple weeks really great and then have a big lull in the middle of the season, big negative run, and then in the second half start to pick it up as I do in most sports. So the good news is though, overall we are still both nicely positive in NHL. Although I'm pushing it a little bit. I'm cutting it a little bit close myself. I'm 36-32, plus 5.5 units, plus 7% ROI, and you are 43-43, but an average line of plus 103, plus 2 units, plus 2% ROI. So you still positive, but cutting it close. And of course, long term over the course of the season, plus 2, 3, 4% in NHL is wonderful. But we'll have to do that, maintain it if we want to achieve those kinds of long term results. All right, so we got two games tonight. First one is New Jersey, Edmonton, a very interesting game. I'm thinking, New Jersey keeps winning game in and game out, and here they are once again as a big underdog. Edmonton keeps losing game in and game out, yet here they are once again as a big favorite. At some point, I have to think Edmonton will pick it up offensively. I'm thinking, I don't want to take New Jersey here, but when they're hanging this big of an underdog line with the teams playing as New Jersey has, I got to be considering it. And I'm also thinking about maybe timing an offensive improvement from Edmonton and taking a shot with the over here. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. Last night when I was looking at this, and it's too difficult sometimes to wake up at 4 in the morning at my own place. I slept in the office last night, and I slept between about 12:30 and 3:30. So when I went to sleep, I really expected to think, well, the Oilers are going to break out of it at some point. And then when the numbers finally showed up, I was shocked that the Devils were getting disrespected like this again. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They're 5-0 on the road, 9-2 overall. They're averaging 4 goals a game. And the Oilers have the worst offense in the league. 24 goals in 11 games. They've scored 2 goals or less in 8 of their 11 games. Their penalty killing is last in the NHL at 68.3. Their power play is third last at 13.2. There's an old hockey adage that your power play and penalty killing should add up to 100. And theirs is barely at 80. The Oilers are 2-5 at home. Fear is creeping in. As soon as you brought up how you feel about this game and how you think that this number is so big for the Devils, how do we not take it?
Yeah, and I mean, you do see the same thing in baseball. Like this past season, we saw it with San Diego, where they were just clearly a bad team, yet winning game in and game out mostly as a big underdog. And every time, and I remember when I was doing this was before I was doing shows with you, every single time, like it would be either a team playing the Dodgers or like San Diego playing at home or something like that. I would say that I know that San Diego as a small home underdog here is the way to go, but today I don't have the balls to take it. And not every day, but literally, but most of the time, they would win. And I would be kicking myself the next day for not doing it. And now the line has gotten bet up even higher than what we saw on the overnight line. What do you think about that? It's now the best line would be plus 155 at Pinnacle. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we have to take it.
You think so?
I think how could we not take this?
Yeah.
They're giving us this opportunity to have a huge dog that is playing so well, that believes in themselves. Taylor Hall is coming back to Edmonton, and he actually feels good that he plays for Jersey. All of a sudden, he's not bemoaning the fact that the Oilers got rid of him, he looks around the dressing room, sees all these young guys, Will Butcher with 11 assists, all these, Nico Herscher, the first overall pick. He sees all this youth and this hope in this dressing room, and he says, you know what? I'm happy to get out of fucking Edmonton, this fucking shithole.
Yeah. All right. So I guess the only issue that you have to ask yourself is just in general. Let's get your thoughts on this one, Jim, because you sleep in the office, you do all this work, very impressive and very valuable. Is Edmonton going to pick it up at some point, both in terms of scoring and in terms of wins and losses? And when is that likely to happen?
It's as soon as they take their first-round draft pick and trade it for some speed, some forward, some offensive forward. They have all this size and truculence on their forward unit, and they have no speed other than the fastest player in the league, McDavid. This is all Chiarelli's fault, 100% his fault. He had no respect for that instant offense, and you get rid. Now I was fine getting rid of Eberle, but Nugent Hopkins is just not the guy we expected him to be. He's too easy to play against, and that isn't something you say about Taylor Hall. He's got size and strength and anger, and I know he partied too hard when he was a kid in Edmonton, but you can teach people, they can grow out of that. I don't see how we don't take the Devils at plus 155.
And what's your take on the over? Do you think that, because New Jersey's last game was a win against Vancouver, another team that is offensively challenged, and New Jersey did get a win. That one I think I did bet the over on, and I lost on that one. It was a low-scoring 2-0 win from New Jersey. I was thinking about taking the over here, and I actually did bet it on the overnight line, I admit, and now it's 5.5 minus 120. What's your take on the over?
I'm just concerned with the Oilers' offense. What I thought would happen to Montreal didn't happen, right? I thought they were going to go back home, and the Boo Birds were going to come out, and the Fire Bergevin chants and all that stuff, and that didn't happen. Montreal stepped up and played well. This could happen in Edmonton. They are not scoring at all. They've not provided McDavid with any help. I just don't trust this Oilers offense. They're big and easy to play against. If your special teams aren't rolling in the NHL, you don't score.
And if you don't trust the Oilers offense, their team total right now at Pinnacle is 3.5. The under is minus 144.
I'm freaking out.
Are you
I'm losing
sure?
my mind. I'm losing my mind.
I mean, it has been a while since they've gotten to 4 goals. Have they gotten to? I think they did. I think actually one of their home games recently they did get to.
I can't even believe. Yeah, they did against Dallas. I can't even believe that. That's so fucked up. It's such a mistake.
So why were they able to against Dallas?
Dallas has no depth at all. Those second, third, and fourth, and Dallas has no size either. So, when Edmonton plays against a smaller team, and maybe that can happen here. That's a really good point. Why did it happen in Dallas? Because the Devils aren't a very big team. So, you know what? Maybe the Oilers can use their size to an advantage against these Devils, and that just you asking why they did it against Dallas gives me pause. On that move.
All right. So I've decided it might be a loser, but I think I will take the over 5.5. Minus 120 right now at Pinnacle and a bunch of other places, BetDSI, sportsbetting.ag, bookmaker. I'm going to take the over 5.5 minus 120, even though Edmonton has had some serious issues scoring. And I guess if I take New Jersey here, then that means that if Edmonton wins 2-1, I'll have to eat 2 losses. Is that a likely result here?
I think it is, because Corey Schneider is at the top of his game. He is easily one of the top 3 or 4 goaltenders in the whole league. And that's the reason why the Devils are going to continue moving forward. The Vancouver Canucks made a huge mistake letting go, although we have Bo Horvat, to show for him, but.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to do on this game in terms of an official pick, Jim?
Officially, I'm going to take the Devils at plus 155, and I'm also going to take the Oilers under 3.5 team total.
Okay. Under 3.5, and the line right now at Pinnacle is 144, I believe. Yes, under 3.5, minus 144. So it sounds like you would vaguely disagree with my pick on the over 5.5, right?
I do. I think Schneider is very good. Now, the only reason why I was given pause is because of what you said. Why did the Oilers score 5 goals against the Stars? And because the Stars are a smaller team, the Devils are also a smaller team. So, that takes away some of my confidence.
Joe Landis saying Loshak with some balls. I don't know if he's referring to the fact that I usually don't give a pick with my leans, or if he's referring to his opinion that he thinks that I'm just on the wrong side here. Let's see any other comments from Joe Landis. He's saying I have balls, which okay. Maybe I have too many balls in this spot, I guess. And again, my units is my positive units are going down as well. All right, so you're on New Jersey plus 155 and Edmonton under 3.5 plus 144, and I guess I'll have to go on New Jersey with you at plus 155, right? I mean, why wouldn't I?
I'm shocked that we're getting this opportunity.
Yeah.
We have to take what the league gives us.
Yes. I'm thinking about making them on the +1 line. Do you think there's any way this one goes into OT and Edmonton wins by 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There is a chance of that.
There is a chance.
All right. I will take Edmonton at +1. The money line part of that is plus 155, and the puck line part of that is minus 203 at Pinnacle. And again, that just involves betting the same amount to win on the favorite line as you bet to risk on the underdog line. So that would be X units to win, 1.55 units, and 2.03 units to win, X units on the puck line, and that turns into a +1 line that is a little bit of a favorite line there for New Jersey. So if they lose this game by more than 1, I will have to eat a little bit more than 1 unit, but okay, I will take it.
Joe Landon was with you. He says you're on the right side, Loshak. I love your picks.
Oh, thank you very much. And what do you think about New Jersey here? I'm taking them on the puck line. It feels like a little bit of a pussy move, of a weak sauce move. It's like if you like New Jersey, take them at plus 155, right? Or what do you think?
I just think we're getting a nice number there.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I see the advantage, and I think the advantage with the -1 or the +1 is when it's a minus 160 or 170 favorite.
Yeah,
I don't quite see it the same way with the dog.
Yeah, because the dog, if they're competitive, then you want to have them where they pull out a win. You get a big. I mean, if it wins, like it's a difference between +1 unit and a unit and a half, and then if it loses, it's a difference between -1 and minus 1.25 or something like that. But all right, I'll stick with where it is right now. The New Jersey puck line +1, small favorite line, and the over 5.5 minus 120. And Jim likes New Jersey on the money line plus 155, and Edmonton under 3.5 minus 144. A very interesting game. Again, I'm glad we spent a lot of time talking about it because the line just didn't make sense to me when it came out, and I just had visions of the San Diego Padres in my head or other teams like that in baseball. You do see that a lot in professional sports. All right, the next game is Nashville and Anaheim, and Jim the Bag yesterday, of course, on the Dallas-Winnipeg game. I got a great line on the under, beat the hell out of the closing line, and who cares? It lost. Who cares what line I got, right? Same deal here, maybe. I did take a shot with the under. I got 5.5, I think minus 113 or 118 or something like that. It's now solidly at 5 market wide at plus money. Understandable why you would like the under here. I think Nashville with Pekka Rinne starting has had, I think, 7 straight games where they've scored 5 or fewer goals. So the under 5.5, just because of that, looks like it's a decent shot. Anaheim, of course, normally high-powered offensively, but their last game was low scoring. They do have some injuries, and their last game was a strong under, so maybe the under was a good play here at 5.5. What do you think, Jim?
It was an incredible play, and I couldn't get it when I tried to get 5.5.
I got that again at Heritage. I bet it on the overnight line.
Very, very impressive and a great move.
Really? I got 6.5 yesterday on the Dallas game. Great line there. Who cares?
It'll work in the long run.
Yeah,
it'll work in the long run, and I have that in capitals. I would have taken this under if it was 5.5. Mm-hmm. I think that's a shrewd move.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take unders at 5 all year long. Mm-hmm. I just think it's too dangerous, and I think in the long run I will lose if I continue to do that. So I'm never going to take a under at 5.
And you can see I hit this one at Heritage, and of course you can check the line histories at SBR Odds. All you do is you go to the square that has the cross between the game and the book. Click on that one, and the line history pops up. And Jim, if you do that with the Heritage line, you will see that on the overnight line it was like 5.5, and not even that bad. It was like 5.5 minus 118 I got.
And the Sharps jumped on it.
Yeah, I jumped on it.
That's a great move. That's
maybe
absolutely
I'll hedge
great
out.
move.
Maybe I'll hedge out. But again, God, it's just so frustrating. It's like, wow, I beat the hell out of the line move on my horrible losing play with Dallas Winnipeg yesterday. It's 3-1 after the first period. All right, so Nashville has definitely been having a hard time winning in general. Anaheim lost in their last game, but before that had won 4 out of 5. Nashville still can't score. I think I had a winner with the under in that one, which was a casher, but we both had Nashville against San Jose. We both ate a loss on that one. You have anything to say about this one?
Yeah, so the Predators have the 7th best power play in the league and have the 3rd worst offense at 2.3 goals per game, which means they're getting destroyed 5-on-5. They managed only 19 shots on goal in their 4-1 loss to San Jose. I did not see this coming. The Ducks have lost 62 man games, the most in the NHL. They're without Getzlaf and Fowler, so now their power play is just going to absolutely be awful. It's second last in the NHL at 10.8%. And with all that knowledge, under 5.5 is the absolute play, and now that it's down to 5, I'm just not going to take it.
Right. It is down to 5, at decent plus money. The best line, I guess, would be plus 121 at Pinnacle. Yeah, but it's you're getting plus odds there. But yeah, I'm going to stay off of this one as well. Tempting to take a shot, tempting to get cute once again with the first period under at 1.5 minus 130 at betonlinesportsbetting.ag. Tried to get cute last night, had to eat a unit and a half of loss with that, and I'm thinking about getting cute again tonight. What do you think, Jim?
What's the number?
1.5 minus 130.
Yeah, I see. I think that I don't see them scoring 2 goals in the first period.
Yeah.
But at minus 130, it's just a risk. It's a risk that it's such a quick action that
I'm not going to try to get cute with that one, and I will pass on this one. So you're going to pass on this one as well, Jim?
Yes.
All right, just 2 NHL games. We broke the hell down out of that one, Jim. I just want to take 5 seconds out to tell you that I really fucking appreciate the research that you do on these NHL teams. It's very edifying, very valuable, regardless of what picks you actually wind up making on it. When you're breaking down the teams and giving your reasoning, it helps me out long term in my day-to-day handicapping in NHL.
You know what? It means the world to me to hear that. But I want you to know that sitting beside you, having this opportunity is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
There you go. Thank you, Jim. Love fest here, Jim. Me and Jim the Bag. And why are we all lovey-dovey today? Winning records in every freaking sport.
Making money.
When things, who knows what'll happen if things turn south? But that might never even happen. Who knows?
You're right.
Who knows? That might never even happen. You know what I mean? We'll see.